I said Atiku has made a commitment. Former Governor of Rivers, Rotimi Amechi, has equally made a commitment. I'm waiting to hear the commitment of Mr. Peter Obi.
The truth is that every party I've left, I've been pushed to leave. This morning,
regardless of whether Peter Obi leaves the party or not, because there are whispers out there that he might leave.
I'm always a loyal member of any party. Yes, people will say he has left this party, he has left this party, he has left this party.
Well, if he leaves, will he now be a mobile squatter? No.
That is not weakness. It is a virtue.
So anybody telling you he doesn't give money in politics is a liar. Presidential.
Nobody will ever tell you that Peter Obi gave money to vote for him.
What we saw in 2022 was that.
Hello guys, welcome back to Chaka. Good news to all Obi movement, or the obedient movement, the Kwankwasiyya movement, and the original one, the Oga of all the Oga, the OK movement. And it is no longer news that Peter Obi and Kwankwaso will be decamping or defecting or moving to NDC, no matter how you call it. And because it has not been reported by many news media, such as the Daily Trust, TheCable, and the Punch News, and a host of others. For example, in the Daily Trust, it is written like in their Twitter feed, it is written, ADC crisis, Kwankwaso to lead mass defection to NDC. If you go to TheCable, it also states that Obi Kwankwaso will join NDC next week. Kwankwasiyya movement tells TheCable. Kwankwasiyya is the movement of Kwankwaso, just like obedient for Peter Obi. Now, if you look and read the Punch News, the Punch newspaper said that Obi Kwankwaso to exit ADC Monday by Galadima. The same Galadima, if you look at the video beside me, he's also talking in this Obi movement and the OK movement conciliation in Abuja, and he is talking there so that you know he's connected. This is the bridging of the gap between Kwankwasiyya and Obedient to become one political movement, which is the OK movement. I know many people will be talking, why is it that Obi is moving to a new political party? He don't move from one political party from every day, and whenever there's a problem, he moves. I know I have a perfect answer to that, but I don't want to be the one talking. I want us to listen to Obi. He gave a perfect answer to this same question when he was asked. So please, let's listen to him. But before we do that, please, if you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, click on the bell icon, so that whenever I drop a new video, you will never miss any part of it. Thank you very much. So let's watch this video now.
I'm always a loyal member of any party. Yes, people will say he has left this party, he has left this party, he has left this party. One day, those who are close to me will tell the story of how I left all those parties. The truth is that every party I've left, I've been pushed to leave. This morning, somebody asked me a question about something. I said, I don't stay where there's a problem. I've never knowingly, whether it's in private or in public, quarrel with people. I don't stay. I would rather be the loser and be called a coward and go out of it in peace than stay where there's quarrel. So if people tomorrow say, we don't want you here, I'll move on. That is not weakness. It is a virtue. Just like people will say it's simple, it is a virtue. People will say it's patient, it's a virtue. You must be able to do things where you tolerate others, and if they don't want you, don't quarrel with them. You move on. My commitment is for a better Nigeria. And I believe that we need to work together with other entities in order to be able to change the country.
Now, Peter Obi have answered this question perfectly. Because he himself, you can even see from his personality, he's not somebody who likes problem. he always moves like a gentleman and is always thinking ahead. And he said that moving from one party when there is a problem and going to somebody else's problem, when you know that this problem you can't solve it, it's already a sinking ship. Moving to another political party is not a cowardness. It is a virtue. And I will add to it, it is a proactiveness. Because the way it is now, ADC is now, because of the lot of court cases, even when Supreme Court grant David Mark their victory, that David Mark should be recognized by INEC, but there's also another judgment from the Federal High Court that said that the INEC should not recognize the Congress that was held by David Mark. Now, to really explain this problem and the reason behind why Peter Obi should move to NDC or any political party that does not have any baggages with them, I want us to listen to this interview of Adams Atta. He explained the problem of PDP and ADC, and even said to the extent that saying that if ADC or APC, they might not even contest in this forthcoming general election, or if they do, something else will occur. And I want us to listen to him, then we'll continue with our story.
As it is, the judgment yesterday, or the ruling yesterday per se, I see it like a setup for ADC. They have a lot to do.
It's set up for ADC?
Yes.
How about the PDP?
I want to start from that. I want to start the foundation, because as it is, whether we like it or not, PDP may not participate in the forthcoming election.
PDP may not participate?
Yes, because by all standards, they don't have any leaders. And you look at the timeline, the INEC timetable, there is a visibility and the possibility of PDP meeting up with that timeline. It's not possible. So PDP is already a forgotten matter. That's why you see them recently, they are forming an alliance with ADC. Too wrong cannot cure itself. You cannot eat your cake and then you have it. You must have a proper foundation before you can have a stand. So ADC, they are finding it so difficult to find their footing. And PDP, with their own lacuna and enigma, they are now romancing and hobnobbing with ADC. On what basis? I'm not in support of any of the party, but it's very, very important for us to say it as it is. Now, there are a series of cases lingering in court about ADC, thereabouts. And then you look at the timeline. Let me refer you quickly to the case of what happened in Zamfara State in the last election, where the Supreme Court have to set aside the success of APC and then give success to PDP. That may likely happen in respect of ADC. They may not, and assuming they produce any candidate in the forthcoming election, at the end of the day, it will amount to an exercise in futility, because I've already seen the red flag. What the Supreme Court said is that go back to the Federal High Court and ensure that you ensure that the substantive matter is well determined. The time wasted so far to appeal to the Court of Appeal, to the Supreme Court, is a reasonable time for them to have concluded the matter. They just succeeded in wasting their time. Your name on the INEC portal is not enough that you are the authentic leaders of, what is it called? Yes, it's not enough, because the matter is still pending in court. Assuming you end up producing all the candidates for the forthcoming election, and sometime in November, thereabouts, the court give verdicts and then set aside your leadership. What happened? The whole exercise will be in void. ADC will not have any candidates if the leadership of David Mark is set aside sometime in June or July. We are not saying, I'm not preempting it, but however, if the situation gets worse and the leadership is set aside at the Federal High Court thereafter, because what the Supreme Court said is that, status quo should be maintained. As the status quo as it is before the matter was filed tend to favor David Mark and his team. That is why they are jubilating all over. But the real issue as to the real person, as to the real leaders of ADC, is still pending at the Federal High Court.
Now, he has talked, we've listened to him. If ADC feed in any contestant for any of this position, what happened in Zamfara will also happen again will happen in 2027. That is, ADC will win the general election, for example, they win the presidency, they win any Senate seat, they win any local government seat, they win any governorship seat, by virtue of the court or by the constitution or so, if the court nullified that David Mark does not have the right, he's not the proper leader of ADC, all the election they conducted, whoever won from ADC, they will lose their election, lose automatically, while this person that comes second will be the winner. For that not to happen, it is better not to play that risk, is to move to a party that you know that does not have baggages. While Peter Obi is planning ahead, the Atiku camp are now asking Peter Obi to make a commitment to ADC and the primary or whatever consensus they choose to conduct their presidential election. I'm not kidding you guys. People are trying to live a sinking ship. You are telling them to make a commitment into that sinking ship, that if the sinking ship die, bye, you also buy along with them. I'm not joking, guys. Let's listen to him.
So I don't know. Like I said, Atiku has made a commitment. What's his name? Former Governor of Rivers, Rotimi Amechi, has equally made a commitment. I'm waiting to hear the commitment of Mr. Peter Obi. You know, and I think he needs to talk to his people, you know, because I noticed a trend, and I'm surprised that we are going back to that again. For some times, it has gone down, but now we are going back to that place. And I want to send this message to the supporters of Mr. Peter Obi. The earlier they realize that this is not about Mr. Peter Obi, it's about the country, the better for them. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar appeared on Arise Television a few days ago, and he spoke his mind to the world, to Nigerians, and said, I'm going to run. I'm not stepping down for anybody. The first thing they did was to twist it and be saying, Atiku has stepped down for Peter Obi. That doesn't even... But to now again mount sustained attack on the person of Atiku Abubakar is unheard of, it's unacceptable. It is. Because Atiku and Peter Obi today are members of the opposition. You kept attacking the person of Atiku Abubakar as if he was Tinubu. Energies that should have been channeled on Tinubu, so that even if your person emerges, it will be seamless, it will be easier for you. And if Atiku wins, it will be easier and seamless for the opposition. But they maintain a sustained attack on Atiku, not even any other person. Why is that? We don't need this negative energy. And I'm calling on Mr. Peter Obi to talk to his people. Because even if he gets the ticket of the party, it's going to work against him with what these people are doing.
That is Ola Demije, an APC Atiku camp. He's not telling everybody that Peter Obi should make a commitment, and that Peter Obi should also want his obedient movement to stop attacking Atiku, and that every other members like the Amechi, the Atiku, they have all made a commitment that whenever if they lose the election, the primary or the consensus, they will support whoever emerged. Why won't they make that commitment when Peter Obi is ADC? If you are doubting me, I want you to listen to Fayose, the former governor of Ekiti State, because he explained it more better than me. So let's listen to him.
Are we saying ADC is not dominant? Recently, Obi moved there, and I've said it. Obi is the only life in ADC.
There are other people there. Atiku is there.
Excuse me.
Amechi is there.
I never said they are not human beings there. I'm saying they are largely spent forces. Obi is, let Obi don't go to ADC. Let Obi go to another party. Let's say Obi is in Accord. Accord will become, excuse me, I'm saying it to be, Obi is the only traction. Obi is the only meaning. Obi is the only factor. Obi is the only person in ADC that matters. And If Obi had not gone to ADC and has gone, when Obi went to Labour that was never known became won elections to House of Reps. I'm not saying Obi will win this election. I'm not saying Obi will not win this election. But I'm telling you, even if they don't field Obi, if ADC fails to feed Obi, their case will be worse than they are coming together.
I'm not the one saying that now. That is Fayose. He's telling us that Peter Obi is the ADC. If Peter Obi move now, ADC will be nothing. And and even Amechi, who knows Amechi, said the only person there is Peter Obi, maybe then Atiku. And Amechi is not somebody you even have to talk to. And that is why it is so very funny. When people with political weight are talking, Amechi will also be talking, they're saying that Peter Obi obedience should not stop insulting people, that if not, there are people who contest for them or who selected them, who vote for them, will not support Peter Obi. I know it is good to make bridges between political parties so that you can have more pull to pull from. But I want us to listen to Amechi first before we continue with the story. That Dick, it will also be funny to you.
I didn't include my people don't fight. Yes. Have you seen any Amechi person fighting on social media? No, It is between Atiku's people and Obi's people. And Obi's people abusing me, we never reply. It's not because we don't know English or we can't reply. Yes. The reason why we don't reply is that we always want peace. Yes. The obedience insists Obi or nothing. Do they have the numbers? That's the question. The Atiku people say Atiku or nothing. Do they have the numbers? You know, there are things you say when you win, it becomes difficult to bring everybody together. So because we know we will win, we're not abusing everybody, so we can bring everybody together. So that question should not be asked to me because I'm not abusing anybody. I'm careful what I say. My team is under permanent instruction. Don't abuse anybody in ADC. Even Mr. President, not abuse president. Show the facts. When I came out here, what did I tell you? I say, compare me to Peter Obi. We are governors at the same time. If he's a better governor, please choose him. Is that what I said? Although the former vice president was not a governor, but he was once a vice president. Compare my role as governor, as minister, with the role he played as vice president. If he's a better person, please choose him. Right? Then I came to say, but I think I played more role. I think I discharged more responsibilities. When you're sleeping, I'm running on this track, coming back to Lagos by 2 a.m. and you're sleeping. As minister from Ibadan, to make sure this job was completed on time. I wasn't sitting in my office and writing memo. No, or reading memo. I made sure that either once a month or twice a month, I'm on this track. When we are building Kano, the same with Kano. When we are building Itabewari, the same. I'm a practical man. I'm young. I'm on the street. I know what the problems are. I eat as a minister, as former governor. I eat the same restaurant people eat. I don't go to all these big men restaurants because they don't give me the kind of food I ate when I was small. So this advice is to you people who are either obedient or who are either for Atiku. Know that we are one party. If you cause this kind of friction you're causing, it will be difficult to come together to defeat Tinubu. Focus on defeating Tinubu. On the day of the primary, go and vote for your own candidate. So that when your candidate wins, you'll be able to call a meeting and bring everybody together. Don't forget, no matter how much presidential aspirant I am, I'm also influenced by my supporters. If my supporters say the way I obedient to abuse us, we will not work with them. We will not work with them. This may happen. No?
I guess you guys have listened to him now. And by all standard, I don't want to even make any comments regarding Amechi now. By all standard, I will be waiting for you guys on the comment section below. Can you tell me that Amechi will win any state in Nigeria? I do even believe that Amechi will even get up to 30,000 votes or 40,000 votes, like Shehu Wada, who always gets 40,000 votes and 90,000 votes in this presidential election. So my idea is that Amechi should be fighting for a political position, for either from Peter Obi or from Atiku, because he has no pathway to win any state in Nigeria. He does not have that structure. He does not have that personality like Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, and Atiku does not have that personality. Atiku only has money. He has I would say Atiku has the elite on his side, and maybe a part of the northern common people. But apart from that, Atiku only has elite. Elite is on what is on Atiku's side, all those Kaba and blah, blah, blah. But the common people on the street does not support Atiku. And that's why Atiku will fail woefully if he come out and contest for this presidential election. And that is where I will leave you guys today. And I'll be waiting for you guys on the comment section below. Tell me your opinion. I want to hear, was it a good movement that Peter Obi and Kwankwaso will be moving to NDC, or is it a bad faith movement? So I'll be waiting for your comment. And if you are making any suggestion or making any comment, please give me your reason so that I will build on that. And before I go, please stay tuned by clicking on the subscribe button and on the bell icon so that whenever I drop a new video, you will be the first to be notified, because there I will be following this story Boba to Boba. You all know. If you're already here, you know how I work here. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.